Hello, everyone. It's Dion, your Echelon Naturalista at Echelon Style Suite. So what we're doing today is cleaning up her undercut. And I am using Walls clippers with the one guard, making sure it's nice and even and clean. And when you're doing clipper cuts, you also want to make sure that you pay attention to the calyx and the direction of which the hair grows. So you even want to sometimes pull the skin and make sure it's nice and tight to get the hair smooth and even. And then, as you can see in her nape, her hair grows outward, so I have to change the direction of my clippers. And then I'm just using my Fabulous Golds for the line. Making sure it's nice, clean, and crisp. After the cut, we went to the shampoo bowl and I made sure the hair was nice and clean, conditioned. Now I'm detangling using my heat and my unicorn milk. Making sure her curls are nice and saturated. I'm going to part the hair in sections. And begin the blow dry. And I like using the gray bird simply when I use the blow dryer with the comb. And specifically the gray bird because it has rubber teeth, and it's better to detangle the natural curls because it's not pulling. And I make sure I hold the hair so it's not pulling, it's not too much tension. And typically when I do natural styles, I like using medium heat because it allows the hair to be nice and fluffy. Versus if I were to be doing a blowout, I would, use the high heat because I'm trying to get it nice and straight. But I still, with the natural styles, I want a nice fluffy texture. And as you can see, I parted the hair and I left the top part in a bun, because I'm going to leave the top part for individual loose twists. And I want to make sure that I do a slower technique and make sure that the hair is fluffed out, but still a little damp. So as you can see, I'm kind of using the comb as if I were to be diffusing the hair. As you can see, it's still a nice loose curl because I want it to have a lot of volume. All right, I'm going to tuck that away for later. And use some tame. So the tame leaves the hair nice and smooth and soft. So I like prepping the hair with that before I start twisting. Well, I'm using some of the Naked. It gives it a nice hold with the twist. But yes, like I was saying, my clients allow me the creative freedom to where I will just come up with the style. I'll do one part and then the style will come to me and I'll just create from there. So you want to part, and then when you start twisting, it's a pinching technique. And I use my fingers to just pinch and twist and overlap to get the flat 2-strand twist. And as you can see, I just put the Naked in between the part to help keep it nice and smooth. And I'll just dab a little bit on my fingertips when I start the flat twist. And as you can see, the design is coming along. And it's parted in the middle because I'm going to have a twisted bun. And when you grip, you want to make sure that you're not gripping too hard because you want to make sure this is a protective style. And you don't want to create too much tension. Because too much tension will cause the hair to thin in the perimeter, and that's a no-no. And can lead to alopecia. And you want your client's hair to be very moist. And you want to make sure that you put enough product in there so when they come back for their next visit, or if they take it down at home, their hair is still nice and conditioned. And typically protective styles can last 2 to 3 weeks. Because again, protective style is key. Protective. You don't want to keep it in too long because it will also create stress and pull the hair out. Typically styling protective styles, it should take about an hour, hour and a half max. Get more product on the ends. Make sure the hair is saturated with the tame and also with the Naked. I like using the Naked on the loose ends. And I like to just play with the parts. I'll just look and see a shape and just part it different just to give it a nice contrast with the opposite side. Or sometimes I'll do them exactly the same. Just go with the flow. And you also have to read your clients. You know if they want something more conservative or if you can be a little more edgy as far as your artistic direction. We're going to finish that out. Finish it out and up. Make sure I saturate with the naked in the tame. And make sure you pinch the hair with your fingers on the scalp to ensure that your twist will be nice and tight enough to stay in place. And you want to make sure that you comb the hair out so it'll be nice and smooth, because no one wants any frizzy twists. You want it to be nice and smooth and clean. Sprayed some heat and unicorn milk to make sure the hair is nice and saturated and fluffy and full. I'm going back through just to make sure everything is nice and clean. Woo! Look at that style, boy. Coming together. Use my pattern pins and pin it in place. That's my serious face. I'm focused and locked in. To fluff up the twist a little more and to give it a nice curl at the tips. And use my pattern edge brush to smooth out the edges. And voila! The queen's crown is shining.